Hello, this is Ian DJ Raven Fox 13. Today we'll be painting with watercolor pencils. Like and subscribe to my channel. Prepare a sketch of the subject and lightly color areas with different watercolor pencils. So I usually just roughly sketch the areas with different colors, and then just let the water do the work later. With a water-loaded brush, activate the watercolor pencils. Just let the colors flow as you move the brush along the paper. Let the watercolors blend with each other. Don't use too much pressure on the brush, just let it flow. And then render the colors of the birds using the pencils, as if you're using an ordinary pencil. Always remember that the colors would be different when you wet it, so it's better if you have a swatch with you. Now activate the colors with a wet brush. Color in some areas of the branches, flowers, and leaves, and always make sure to test or swatch your pencils. There is a color shift when you use it wet and dry. Now we're coloring in some areas of the branches and the flowers, and then we'll be activating the loose floral forms with a wet brush. This is one of my favorite colors in this set. Sketch some colors on the branch, beak, and the body of the bird. So this is an orange-like color. Use a wet brush to blend the colors. Right after this, most of the painting would be dried. Let's now add the second layers of colors. Another way of using watercolor pencil is using a palette, then dissolving the colors before painting. Don't forget to comment below if you have suggestions for the next video. Like and subscribe to my channel for more. This method is actually similar to using regular watercolors in tubes or pans using a mixing plate. I'm trying to paint the second layer of the background to increase the contrast and add colors. So more than often, you do this over and over again until you arrive in the colors that you like. We'll now add details to the birds by layering it with watercolor pencils. So this is a dry method of painting. So it's similar to using a very fine brush, but sometimes it's easier to use a pencil to do the work. And always make sure to let the colors dry before adding another layer, so that it doesn't blend unnecessarily to the other parts that you don't want the colors to seep out. Here I'm adding dried colors to the birds. Some details would be easier to add with a brush or pencil, it's up to you. Just so happened that I wanted to add some texture to the feathers, that's why I'm using the pencils in its dry form. Now I'm adding an opaque white paint by activating the pencil on the palette, and the white paint will blend with the blue feathers and other parts of the birds. I usually combine wet and dry techniques whenever I use watercolor pencils. It creates more texture and interest in your subject. Always remember, not all textures are smooth. And now I'm using the light blue watercolor pencil to blend the feathers and add more texture. I'm now adding contrast with more layers of watercolor pencils. I'll be adjusting the colors and contrast of the background slowly using glazes of color. This is to bump the contrast of the subject against the background. Try to wet some of the dry parts of the bird so that it would blend smoothly. We are now adding layers to the flowers and branches. This process of painting in layers takes a little more time, but it makes the color richer and interesting to look at. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel for more of these kinds of videos. If you have other suggestions, just put it on the comment down below. I decided to push the background by adding darker shades so that it would pop the main subject, which are the birds and the branches. And always take note that watercolor dries a little lighter than its wet state, so you paint a little darker than what you want. To add more contrast, I added lighter values on the bird using the white pencil. And now I'm lifting some colors with the paper towel on the background to add a bokeh-like feel. So now adding some finishing touches, and we're almost done. Thank you for watching. Now the hardest part of the painting process would come. It would be to carefully remove the masking tape. So this is painting with watercolor pencils. I am using Caran d'Ache Museum Aquarelle. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to my channel. See you all again. This is Ian DJ Raven Fox 13. Thank you so much.